Ashfaq Parvez Kayani HI, is a retired 4-star rank Army general in the Pakistan Army who briefly served as the Chief of Army Staff from November 29, 2007 to November 29, 2013. He succeeded General Pervez Musharraf as the Chief of Army Staff on November 29, 2007. He also held the acting charge of Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee from October to November 2013. In addition, General Kayani formerly served as the Director-General of the Inter-Services Intelligence, and Director of the Directorate-General of Military Operations. On July 24, 2010, Prime Minister Yousaf Raza Gillani extended Kayani's term as Chief of the Army Staff by 3 years, making him the first 4-star officer to receive a term extension from any democratic government. In 2011, Forbes named him the 34th most powerful person in the world. In 2012, Forbes named him the 28th most powerful person in the world. Early life, education. Ashfaq Parvez Kayani was born in a Punjabi Gorkha family of Gujarin village Mangot located in Gujral district Punjab province, on April 20, 1952. The town of Mangot is situated on the Pothohar Plateau bounded on the east by the Jhelum River, on the west by the Indus River. Ashfaq's father was a non-commissioned officer in the Pakistan Army. His humble background as the son of an NCO has endeared him to the junior ranks of the Army. After attending a local high school, Ashfaq successfully enrolled in the military college Jhelum, Sarai Alamgir and made a transfer to Pakistan Military Academy in Kakul where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in 1971 in his class of 45th PMA long course. Career. 1971 war experience. Ultimately, Kayani gained commissioned as second lieutenant in the 5th Battalion of the famed Baloch Regiment on August 29, 1971. He actively participated and joined up the military in time of 1971 war with India. Academia and professorship. After the war, Ashfaq continued to resume his studies and became more involved with his studies after joining the Command and Staff College in Quetta. After his graduation, Kayani departed to United States on deputation and educated at the United States Army Command and General Staff College at Fort Leavenworth and the United States Army Infantry School at the Fort Benning. After graduating from the military institutions in the United States, Ashfaq returned to Pakistan and attained his Master of Science in War Studies from the National Defense University. Kayani is a chain smoker as well as a keen golfer. He is currently president of the Pakistan Golf Federation. During his long military career, Ashfaq has been on the faculty of School of Infantry and Tactics, also in Quetta. Ashfaq briefly taught war courses at the Command and Staff College in Quetta and later moved on to accepting the Professorship of Strategic Studies and joined the teaching faculty at the National Defense University in Islamabad. Kayani is married and has 2 children, a son and a daughter. He belongs to Kayani clan which claims ancestry from Persian Karanian dynasty. Staff and command appointments. As Lieutenant Colonel, Kayani commanded an infantry battalion and an infantry brigade. As brigadier. Later, he served in the government of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto as her deputy military secretary during her first stint as Prime Minister. Upon his promotion to 2-star rank, Major General Kayani served as the general officer commanding of the 12th Infantry Division stationed in Murree, deployed all over the Low Sea region and which comes under the X-Corps. In 2000, Kayani was moved and appointed as the director of the Directorate-General of Military Operations. In 2001, it was during his tenure as DGMO that the intense military standoff between Pakistan and India took place. Reportedly, Kayani only slept a few hours a night during that period as he diligently oversaw the unified armed forces mobilization and preparedness on the border. In September 2003, Kayani's promotion to 3-star assignment was approved by the President Musharraf and subsequently elevating him to 3-star rank, Lieutenant General. The same year, he was appointed as the Field Operational Commander of the X-Corps in Rawalpindi. The promotion indicated Musharraf's significant trust in Kayani, since Chief of Army Staff cannot build a military coup without the help of the X-Corps commander. Kayani led the X-Corps until October 2004, when he was transferred to the ISI as its Director-General. During Kayani's tenure at the X-Corps, he led the successful investigation of the two back-to-back suicide attacks against Musharraf in December 2003. It is believed that Kayani won the trust of Musharraf after the investigation, and a prelude to Kayani's appointment as the sensitive position of ISI chief. He was awarded Hilali Imtiaz, the Civilian Medal, for his achievement. Intelligence Service, Directorship of Inter-Services Intelligence. In October 2004, Lieutenant General Ashfaq Kayani was appointed as the Director-General of Directorate of Inter-Services Intelligence, in place of General Ihsan ul-Haq, who was promoted as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee. General Kayani directed the ISI operations and her operatives during a bleak period, with widely spread insurgencies in northwest Pakistan and Balochistan, disclosing of the nuclear proliferation case, and waves of suicide attacks throughout Pakistan emanating from the northwestern tribal belt. In his final days at the ISI, he also led the talks with Benazir Bhutto for a possible power-sharing deal with Musharraf. In October 2007, after 3 years, he was replaced at the ISI by Lieutenant General Nadeem Taj. Kayani was also present at the March 2007 meeting that took place between Musharraf and Chief Justice Iftikhar Muhammad Chaudhry, when the former military ruler informed the top judge that he was suspended. Accounts of the meeting narrated that Kayani was the only one among Musharraf's aides who did not speak a word. Chief of Army Staff. In October 2007, Kayani's promotion papers for the appointment to the 4-star rank was approved by the President Musharraf, and appointed him as the Vice Chief of Army Staff. At the time of promotion, Kayani superseded one officer, Lieutenant General Khalid Kidde, who was on an extension for 1 year. On November 28, 2007, Kayani succeeded Musharraf as Chief of Army Staff after Musharraf's retirement. The ceremony was held at the sports stadium near General Headquarters, Rawalpindi. General Kayani is the first 4-star officer in the history of Pakistan who held the position of Director of ISI and then went on to become the Chief of Army Staff. The last time a Director-General of the ISI was to be made Army Chief in 1999, the Army staged a bloodless coup to reinstate the proposed outgoing Chief of Army Staff, General Pervez Musharraf. Withdrawal of military from civilian government. In January 2008, General Kayani passed a directive which ordered military officers not to maintain contacts with politicians. It was further made public on February 13, 2008 that General Kayani ordered the withdrawal of military officers from all of Pakistan's government civil departments. It was an action that reversed the policies of his predecessor, President Musharraf. It was welcomed by President Musharraf's critics, who have long demanded that the military distance itself from politics. The Pakistani media reported that the army officers would be withdrawn from 23 wide-ranging civil departments, including the National Highway Authority, National Accountability Bureau, Ministry of Education, and Water and Power Development Authority. 2008 General Election. On March 7, 2008, General Kayani confirmed that Pakistan's armed forces will stay out of politics and support the new government. He told a gathering of military commanders in the garrison city of Rawalpindi that the army fully stands behind the democratic process and is committed to playing its constitutional role. The comments made were after the results of the Pakistani general election, 2008, where the Pakistan People's Party won the election and began forming a coalition government who were opposed to President Pervez Musharraf. Perceptions of Kayani as COAS. When he became COAS, several top-level U.S. officials visited General Kayani in succession to make up their own minds about him. Most, including the then CIA chief Michael Hayden, National Intelligence Director Mike McConnell and former CENTCOM Commander Admiral William Fallon, came away confident that Kayani knows what he's doing. Kayani's first move as Army Chief was to visit the front lines in the federally administered tribal areas. Spending the Muslim holiday of Eid not with his family, but rather with his soldiers, prompted American military officials to praise him as a soldier's soldier. Recent events. About the Afghan War, Kayani is reported to have said, "The Pakistani people believe that the real aim of U.S. war strategy is to denuclearize Pakistan." In January 2011, and after there was criticism of General Kayani's handling of the Raymond Davies saga. Davis, a CIA contractor, was hastily tried and acquitted of murder charges in exchange for blood money paid to relatives of the victims, after which he was sent out of Pakistan within a matter of hours. Knowing the dynamics of the Pakistani state and the nature of this particular case, it was impossible for Davis to be released and deported from Pakistan without the knowledge and cooperation of Pakistan's army and the inter-services intelligence. The day after Davis' release, over 40 people were killed in the tactical airstrike in North Waziristan in the FATA, in a drone strike by a U.S. Predator aircraft. The target appeared to be a compound operated by Hafiz Gulbadger, a Taliban leader. The dead included local tribal leaders. The strike, intended to further the local war effort, instead added to the unpopularity of drone strikes and added to the anti-American sentiment in Pakistan. Kayani conducted a rare press conference in which he condemned the drone strike and labeled it intolerable. In 2011, after delivering a long lecture at the National Defense University, one staff officer reportedly got up and challenged his policy of cooperation with the United States. The officer asked, "If they don't trust us, how can we trust them?" According to one professor who was briefed on the session. General Kayani essentially responded, "We can't." Kayani's comments about the tactical strike came to be put in the broader context of public and private communications by Pakistani officials with Washington, including an April 2011 visit by the head of the ISI, Lieutenant General Ahmed Shuja Pasha, to CIA Director Leon Panetta at CIA headquarters. Officials in both countries were saying intelligence ties were at their lowest point since the September 11, 2001, attacks spurred the alliance, according to one report. The report went on to say the overall communications included private demands that the CIA suspend drone strikes and also reduce the number of U.S. intelligence and special operations personnel in the country. After the ISI-CIA meeting, CIA spokesman George Little said the intelligence relationship remains on solid footing. Retirement. On October 6, 2013, General Kayani announced that he will be retiring on his due date of retirement in November, ending speculation that he might get another extension or would be appointed as Chairman Joint Chief of Staff Committee. On November 27, 2013, Prime Minister of Pakistan Nawaz Sharif appointed Lieutenant General Raheel Sharif as next Chief of Army Staff and Lieutenant General Rashid Mahmood as CJCSC. Awards and decorations, see also. Indo-Pakistani War of 1971, Tariq Majid, references. External links, official profile at ISPO website, official profile at Pakistan Army website, profile at BBC News, profile at the News.